some of you might have seen on Facebook, Instagram and so on that I recently got this hot wire cutter table. It's only one of the cheaper ones. I think it cost about £60, something like that, off Amazon. But up to now, I'm really happy with it. What I've been doing just to practice a little bit and to create something useful instead of just cutting daft shapes or whatever, is I've been spending a bit of time cutting out some planks, or boards if you like, out of 5mm poly. So what I've been doing basically, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to move these out the way, and then I'm just going to show you my process for what I do. Basically, I get a bit of the 5mm polystyrene, wire brush, and texture both sides. Right, so that's, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but that's both sides textured. Next thing I did, I've already done it, but the next thing I did was I set the fence up at 10mm, 1 centimetre, and start cutting lengths. Just by simply, steadily passing the polystyrene through the wire. Right, so that's a load of the, a few more of the boards cut. Now the reason I textured both sides of them is now going to become apparent. In my mind, 5mm is too thick for boards, you know, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half using the hot wire cutter, and that'll give me two boards, both with one textured side. So I'm going to reset and I'll get back to you. Right, I've reset the fence on the cutter. Simple to do. There's a, you can't quite see, but there's a little screw here that you just undo, slide the fence over, and all I do just to get it somewhere near accurate, it doesn't have to be perfect, is just pop your set square up against it, lock it down, job done. So now what I do is basically take the boards I got, flip them on edge up against the fence. It is a little bit fiddly, but we get there. I then get another scrap of polystyrene, because they are a bit small and I'm a bit worried about burning my delicate little fingers. Hold it against so it gives good pressure all the way along the board, and cut. So now, as you can see, we've gone from one board textured on both sides to two boards textured on one side. Now you'll see that they're not perfectly the same thickness. I mean, they're near as damn it, but I don't really care. I don't give a shit. I don't mind that there's a little bit of variation. It'll just add to a bit more texture. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time and cut the rest of these in half.
I thought it was going to make it square, to be fair.
So easy, even my daughter can do it.
Piece off.
Right, so that's a load of boards cut, very clean. I have noticed that they tend to curve a little bit, but I'm sure when you glue them to the base they'll flatten out nicely. Now the beauty of these is you can leave them as boards, or if you really wanted to cut them down, use them as shingles, just, you know, break them off however long you need. Take your wire brush again, give it more of a texture, and it gives a little rough edge to the tile. So I'm really happy with that. I can't see any downsides to it. It's taken me about 10 minutes to cut this lot, something I could never achieve with a craft knife. All pretty uniform, slight variance in thickness, but I'm not too bothered. So far I am really happy. Obviously the texture from the wire brush isn't huge, but I suppose we can texture them further if need be, further down the line.